Today on Investigate TV Plus, they build the foundation for America's cities, but the bedrock of the construction industry is crumbling. I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Tisha Powell. We take an in-depth look at the urgent need for more skilled laborers and a blueprint to rebuild the workforce.
Plus, America's downtowns at a crossroads.
We got to work on getting that figured out.
As big businesses shift away from offices, small businesses open the gateway for a transformation.
What we're trying to do is create this rhythm of activity downtown, on our streets, in our parks.
We take a look at one city's plan to elevate its epicenter from vacant to vibrant.
Then a woman proves you're never too old to find your true voice.
Boy, I'm the king around here, you hush your mouth, fetch me a beer.
In-depth stories that inform and inspire. You're watching Investigate TV Plus.
They build city skylines, neighborhood schools, hospitals, even our homes. Yet when it comes to building their own workforce, the construction industry has struggled for years. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 20% of construction workers are 55 or older.
And as those experienced workers retire, experts say the pipeline of new talent is shrinking. Reporter Heather Graff shows us new efforts to fill the gap, plus the trickle-down effect of this labor shortage and how it could impact you.
They beat us down here.
The drive into the work site may be a bit bumpy, but Buddy Henley will tell you his career path in construction has been smooth.
I started my career in construction when I was 16 years old, working summers. I started out my first day sweeping floors.
Learning the family business quite literally from the ground up.
My father started the company 60 years ago, so we're celebrating our 60th anniversary.
And loving it every step of the way.
It's truly my passion to run work out in the field.
Today, Buddy is president of Henley Construction, overseeing projects like this middle school they're currently building in Maryland.
The people who work on this project to be able to drive by for 30 years and say, wow, I played a part in that project, and it's very fulfilling.
Yet he says the hardest part of his job as of late is finding and hiring employees.
We simply cannot hire enough people to do all the work that's out there and to do it properly and on time.
What's very concerning.
Michael Bellaman is president of Associated Builders and Contractors, a construction industry trade group that estimates this workforce shortage topped 500,000 nationwide at the start of 2024.
Well, we have an aging workforce because it's not as popular with the younger generation.
More than 1 in 5 construction workers are 55 or older, and when it comes to recruiting younger workers, Bellaman believes they're dealing with a perception issue.
When I was younger in high school and stuff, getting a construction job, that was a good job. And I think that that's part of that paradigm shift. I think maybe it's parents, their kids, they see them going to college. They got to go to college. We got to work on that and help people understand what kind of dreams they can achieve in our industry.
ZipRecruiter, in its 2024 labor market outlook for construction, made a similar conclusion, noting seasoned, skilled trades professionals are aging out, while younger generations are pursuing college degrees and opting for less physically demanding roles. And then there's the growing popularity of remote work.
Absolutely. It's working against construction, face-to-face services, schools, and those in-person employers will now find it permanently harder to recruit and retain workers.
ZipRecruiter's chief economist telling Investigate TV Plus they found the number of people actively applying for construction jobs online fell about 40% between 2019 and 2020. And in this post-pandemic world, it's been essentially flat ever since.
Problems in the construction industry, the talent shortages, the waits, the lags, those affect people, households, institutions, very, very, very much.
So that trickle-down effect is real.
It's very, very real, and we should all be rooting for the industry to solve these challenges.
And that brings us here.
The future of construction is female.
It's a free, all-girls summer camp hosted by the Washington, D.C. chapter of the National Association of Women in Construction.
I can attest I was the only woman on a job site of 200 people.
Michelle Schwartz and Libby Menderata help run the free camp because they know firsthand that just around 11% of U.S. construction workers right now are women. And they think increasing that number is at least part of the solution to the industry's labor shortage.
Women are the answer to that. We're going to need them more. We're going to want them more. We have to make the industry more palatable for them, more favorable for them.
Good job, girl. Very good.
And so this event and others like it held across the country.
Wait, can I do another one?
Sure.
Are about laying the foundation.
Line it up. Yep.
Giving girls like Charlie and Prachi hands-on experience at age 13 and showing them they're needed in construction.
Being around women is like really empowering.
Prachi now considering a career in masonry, while Charlie hopes to be a mechanical engineer.
I just love working with my hands, so like I kind of want more girls to be like me, so that way we can like kind of rise up and do construction. Just add a lot there.
What does it mean to you when you hear young girls say, I want to work in construction?
I think it's inspiring. It helps spark that passion to learn more about the industry, which is really what we're trying to do.
As for other tools in this industry's recruiting toolbox, everyone we spoke with says increased outreach and earn while you learn apprenticeships will also be key.
We go out to high schools, we'll go to colleges, we'll go into prison systems, we work with the military.
Even TikTok, because a lot of young people are into TikTok, so we put ads on TikTok. The biggest thing you have to show up with is a willingness to learn.
Buddy Henley still believes in that ground-up approach.
And you know what, you might start out pushing a broom, but that's not all.
Because a generation ago, it worked for him.
You have to give it a try. You can grow rapidly and have tremendous opportunity.
Now here's why all of this is such a big deal and why you should care about these labor shortages. According to the Home Builders Institute, the lack of skilled workers is a key limiting factor to expanding home construction and improving housing inventory and affordability. The organization pointing to a recent survey that found single-family builders reporting severe shortages of carpenters, bricklayers, plumbers, concrete workers, electricians, and more, all of which are, of course, essential in home construction. In Washington, I'm Heather Graff.
From building a workforce to constructing the future, when we come back, the pandemic dimmed the bright lights of cities, but now many are going from faded to fabulous. We head to one downtown to get the lowdown on a budding renaissance.
Then later, a European idea gets an American spin. Why taking time off from work could become your right and not just a privilege.
During the late 19th century, the term downtown spread across the U.S. and became a popular label to refer to the historical core of the city.
Yeah, from high rises to tourist attractions, downtowns have their own unique personality. But during the pandemic, everything from nightlife to new construction screeched to a halt, and many have been struggling to bounce back. In Memphis, Tennessee, a popular downtown restaurant has served its last meal.
It was devastating. I didn't believe it. I was like, no way. That's not possible, because Blind Bear is a staple in the downtown community.
In August 2024, the Blind Bear joined the many other restaurants shutting down their doors in the downtown area. Downtown Memphis resident Devontae Payton says all the recent closures have hurt.
To see some of our staples slowly transition out, it's disappointing.
The Memphis Restaurant Association said there are many factors for businesses failing, including the lasting effects of the pandemic, more people moving, and crime. But downtown bakery owner Pete Brady says Memphis police have been doing a good job patrolling the area, and he feels safe.
The half a dozen folks that I've met in this area, they're the kind of individuals you'd want coming to your emergency.
According to a 2023 study from the Brookings Institute, fears about safety in U.S. downtowns are not based on fact.
Yeah, the study notes a rise in visible homelessness and drug use, driven in part by vacant storefronts and lower foot traffic, influences a sense of unease. And improving foot traffic continues to be an issue for downtowns. In 2023, New York saw just 65% of its pre-pandemic numbers. For St. Louis, even worse, just over 50%, ranking dead last among 66 cities in North America.
Reporter Peter Zampo went to the Gateway of the West to find out how the city is addressing its challenges and show us how small businesses may hold the key to a downtown revival.
Cities around the U.S. suffered unimaginable shock during the pandemic. Millions of Americans trading the metropolis for wide open spaces. And while employees enjoy the flexibility that comes with remote work, cities saw this drop in foot traffic as a death sentence for downtowns. Many are still trying to claw their way back to normalcy. Here in St. Louis, business owners like Laura McNamara and Matt Ratz want to be part of that comeback.
You like large or small?
Laura's coffee shop, Brew to Loom, is in Laclede's Landing. It's a historic part of town. Serving up specialty Mexican coffee, she's trying to expand her business in an area getting a makeover.
We want to do something to transform it. We also are in a unique time with social media. It's easier more than ever to kind of get the word out there.
Showing off her specialty brews and food on Instagram and utilizing other marketing tools, Laura sees a steady flow of customers. The city chipped in with a safety net as she was getting off the ground with a small business grant.
That was kind of like the finishing touch of us thinking, maybe we can pull this off. If we run into a big hiccup, we've got these funds that are going to help us get through that and really make this a reality.
St. Louis's population has been dropping for 70 years. Economic developers like Kurt Weigel hope financial incentives, a new soccer team, community events, and new housing can turn the tide.
What we're trying to do is create this rhythm of activity downtown, on our streets, in our parks. It's really creating this sort of this natural sense of activity almost all the time, at least 18 hours a day.
One big project, addressing the elephant in the room. Make that the street. 2 centerpiece buildings are vacant. One, an old AT&T hub, empty for 7 years. The other, the historic railway exchange, empty for a decade. The city recently announced it's taking steps to acquire the latter to eventually redevelop. But vacancies are just one of the issues plaguing downtown.
We have a little bit of a crime issue down here.
St. Louis PD data shows a 13% decrease in overall crime compared to 2023, but shootings and burglaries have gone up.
I think to reach full potential, I think, we got to work on getting that figured out.
Matt Ratz owns a restaurant in the business district. To stay afloat during the pandemic, he relied on food trucks. Yes, the pandemic changed the way millions work, but he thinks downtown will adapt and thrive.
I can speak for our particular building, the Peabody Plaza. I think they're close to 95% occupied. So, it's bouncing back.
A bounce back that was far from guaranteed. Matt admits he was taking a gamble.
It was pretty much a Hail Mary, thankfully.
There's another glimmer of renewal in St. Louis. In June of 2023, Forbes listed the city's Grand Center Arts District as the most exciting emerging arts district in America.
Coming up, a simple question gave her inspiration.
Who are you? I didn't know. I was whatever you wanted me to be.
How she overcame her struggles by hitting play on a new chapter.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime, streaming online. Get the app for Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. They're free to download. Sometimes it's difficult to find balance between work and family life, especially when you need to take time away from work.
Many employers offer a paid time off benefit to help workers go to appointments or take a vacation without taking a financial hit. But for nearly 27 million Americans, time away from work could mean missing a paycheck or losing their job.
The United States is the only advanced economy in the world that does not guarantee workers paid vacation days. By comparison, Europeans get at least 20 legally mandated paid vacation days per year, with some countries requiring as many as 30 days off annually.
In March 2024, a bill was introduced in Congress to mandate at least 10 paid vacation days for all full-time workers, but critics warn it could be too costly for some industries.
Consumer reporter Susan Campbell breaks down the risk and benefits.
The work days are busy at Strunk Insurance Group, but for the 14 employees here, there's also plenty of time off with an unlimited PTO policy.
People have things that pop up all the time. So whether it's families, pets, children, all those small moments, I mean, we wanted to give them the opportunity to take care of those things during the workday and not count against the time that they should really be taking off for vacations.
What was it like to go to unlimited PTO?
Yeah, I mean, it was a mindset shift for everybody, me included. I think at first folks were a little bit apprehensive to use it. And then we've seen an uptick in time off over the last 6 to 12 months. But we haven't seen that the quality of the work has gone down.
No loss in productivity?
None that we've seen.
On the other side of the coin, an estimated 27 million full-time workers in the U.S. don't get any paid time off.
We are the only advanced country in the world that does not guarantee people any time off.
Congressman Seth Magaziner says that needs to change. He recently introduced legislation that would guarantee all full-time workers a minimum of 10 days of PTO.
American workers are the hardest working, most productive in the world, and they deserve to take a break every once in a while.
Who are these 27 million workers working for that aren't giving any PTO?
So a lot in the service industry. So in the food and beverage industry, in hospitality, hotel workers, fast food workers.
We're not typical as other industries.
Steve Chukuri is the president of the Arizona Restaurant Association. He says this bill would be a challenge for restaurants that already provide a lot of scheduling flexibility for their workforce.
We are where you celebrate your anniversaries, your birthdays, your graduations, and sometimes the passing in life, right? And we want to continue to be that for our community at the most reasonable cost. But when you start to see these mandates come on, especially from Washington, buyer beware, because you're only going to escalate costs and at the same time do the antithesis of what this is hoping to do. You're going to see more layoffs.
Under the Protected Time Off Act, workers would accrue 1 hour of PTO for every 25 hours worked.
I think it's a conversation that's going to continue to happen. And so whether it's unlimited PTO or work from home, whatever it is, employers are going to have to continue to find ways to attract and keep great talent. And this is one of those ways.
You're kind of putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, we're setting the standard. Somebody has to go first, right?
Up next, her artwork inspired her to have confidence and change her tune.
Look at me, look at you.
Our in-depth coverage continues. You can get connected to Investigate TV Plus on all social media platforms. After struggling during her youth, Donna Moran is hitting her stride.
Donna says she grew up in a troubled household, then struggled with addiction herself. She's now nearly 3 decades sober and discovering her true voice.
Reporter Joe Carroll shows us how Donna inspires others that it's never too late to embark on something new.
High up Hill Street in Barrie, Donna Moran has her own garage gallery.
That's done on a paper bag I took out of the garbage. Isn't that kind of cool?
A self-taught artist.
I didn't know I could do this.
With a story to tell.
Isn't this weird? And people said, what the hell is that all about, Donna? I said, when am I going to stop walking on eggshells?
Now 71, she started making artwork in her 40s. It was a dark period in her life, suffering from deep depression.
You don't know if she's dead or alive. Has she gone into another world? But this is how I felt.
Growing up in Chelsea, Donna says she was physically abused by her alcoholic father.
Couldn't behave like this out in public, but he could behind closed doors.
She struggled at home and at school.
You weren't popular?
No.
Donna married and divorced. It was her therapist who asked the question.
Who are you? I didn't know. I was whatever you wanted me to be.
And like her dad, had a battle with the bottle.
God willing, the creek don't rise. It's been 27 years for me.
You haven't had a drink?
I haven't had a drink.
Art gave her confidence, along with something else that changed her tune. Donna took up singing and playing guitar. A fellow musician named her Donna Thunder Moran.
There you are, Als. How are you?
This evening, she's playing at the local VFW, jamming with a group of friends.
Do I look good?
Donna belts out a song she
Well,
wrote.
look here, boy, I'm the king around here. You hush your mouth, fetch me a beer. That's what them drinking women do.
I think when we first met was when I started singing from my gut.
Hey, you don't need a rainbow.
Now she's performing just about every night in central Vermont.
Need a pot of gold.
Donna says her transformation from darkness to light couldn't have happened without her partner of 16 years, Chris Martin.
The combination of the two of us kind of brought out a huge confidence, I think.
So what I see is the real deal?
Yes, yeah, it is. She'd have a hard time faking it.
It's Saturday night. It's Saturday night.
If you don't know how to make yourself happy, you're never going to be happy.
Up and I've got plenty to do. Yeah! We wrote that. That's an original.
Well, she said it. If you don't know how to make yourself happy, you'll never be happy. And it looks like she's doing a pretty good job of it.
Those smiles at the end, you could see she loves what she's doing, and she turned her life around.
Yeah.
Great story.
Well, that's it for us on Investigate TV Plus. I'm Tisha Powell.
And I'm Lee Zurich. Thanks for watching.
On the next Investigate TV Plus, many women say they often feel dismissed by their doctor, and studies back that up.
How am I standing here with this diagnosis that I asked you about for 10 years?
We take an in-depth look at gender bias in diagnosing women's ailments and how you can feel heard at your next appointment.